Hey everyone, welcome to a new video. As you can see in the title, today I want to take a quick look at the decks that came into my collection this year, 2022. And I think it's going to be a rather short video because I didn't really get that many decks. I'm going to try to do this in chronological order. So let's just start with the first one. The first deck that I ordered was a birthday present from me to me. And so the first deck I got was in July, and that is the Tinseltown Tarot. And this one is a deck by 50s Vintage Dame. That's what it says on here. It's a peek into the future through the golden age of Hollywood. And it came with one explanation card that tells you to shuffle, spread, read, reflect, just quick instructions. And the rest is the cards, and it's all pink and everything. So yeah, I got this deck because it was a little bit different and that it has these old Hollywood images from film sets and the divas and all of that, even some pinups. And I thought this would be a nice addition to my deck, specifically since I love anything that has to do with movie stuff. But to be honest, I don't really reach for it. So I don't know, maybe I'm missing something from the images. I don't really know. Like, these are pretty pictures, but as far as reading goes, and I have found that with quite a few of my decks now, these RWS clones, especially when they try to put a different theme on it, that's all nice and everything, but it doesn't really do it for me anymore. I'm looking for the symbolism in here, and in some cards I can find it. Other cards I'm having a bit of a longer time that I need with this. So yeah, I'm not really sure yet if this is going to stay in my collection or not. I'm going to give it another try in 2023. So far, chances are 50-50 that I'm actually going to keep it. Another one that I got for my birthday, but this was a present from Carla at Carla Astrology. She sent me this when I was in America. It's the Twin Flame Ascension Oracle, and I don't use it for any Twin Flame stuff. But these cards, they're really cool. They have these somehow reminds me a little bit of kaleidoscope images in some cases. And I don't go with the number stuff or anything. I do pay attention to the titles and what it says down here. But these are images where I can just get lost in for a while. So with this, I would only pull one card, maybe a second one as a clarifier. And then I will just sit with this and let all of these things in the cards just speak to me. And I will use it when I am trying to make a decision and I'm still not quite sure about the pros and cons and things like that, to help me find a better understanding of my decision-making process. And to I do this when I read tarot for myself, when I have a question about what to do. And it's not so much about what's in the cards, it's more about how I react to the cards, and that will tell me my answer of whether to do something or not to do something. Because if I see something in the cards and then it's like, I don't really like this, then that's my answer, not what's so much in the cards. It's about my reaction. And for that, I really like this one. I don't really buy tarot decks on Etsy all that much. This year I have done that, and let me just try to get this out. It came in a nice bag. And this one, it doesn't really have a name. The seller's name is called Mystical Universe. So I'm just calling it the Mystical Universe deck. And I did do a flip through on my channel. So this is a black and white deck. And the cool thing about this, the artwork, it's completely made up of little dots. Like these are not lines that have been drawn. These are all just little dots that eventually make up the entire picture. And that is just so cool. And these images, they always give me something to think about. And I just really enjoy going deeper with this deck. I'm glad that I got it. And when I got it, it was 50% off, so I couldn't resist. That's why I got it. I don't know if I would have gotten it that quickly for the original price, because I'm always looking for a good sale. So yeah, and it has a nice pentagram here on the string. So that is the Mystical Universe. Then I got another gift, and this one was from Tangi. She sent me about a couple weeks ago some of her Tangi cards. So she created these cards, and they have different backs. There's 5 different backs, and she sent me the last pack of the cards that she had, and these are really, really cool. Of course, there's lots of unicorn stuff. Let's see, and they're just so funny and vibrant. Like even the back is kind of cool. This is Tangi. That's yeah, I see Tangi or Roman Biscotti when I look at this. And yeah, I'm so honored that she sent me some of her cards, and I will be doing readings with them. And they are so interesting to dive into. And the things that I can see in here, let me see if I can find the there was one card where I saw something specific. Oh, here. For example, I'm a fan of Dragon Ball, and just because of the haircut and like a big mansion, and this kind of reminds me of a lab. This reminds me of Vegeta a little bit. So I have my own associations with the things that I see in these cards, and I think that's exactly how it's supposed to be, because there's no right or wrong way to read these cards. Everyone will see something different in them. And so yeah, I'm looking forward to exploring these worlds in the Tangi cards. And it came in a really nice bag with spider webs, and then there's like this black really fuzzy thing in here where the cards are in. So that was a gift from Tangi. And then for Christmas, I got 3 decks. One was gifted to me again from Carla, and that one is the Thoth. So I finally have this one in my collection now. I don't think I need to show the cards. Everyone knows this. And in 2023, that's one thing I want to do, since I have already been reading on like Tree of Life and Golden Dawn, things in relation to tarot. I so far have only gotten some, well, RWS decks and some Golden Dawn inspired decks. But out of all the decks that have been discussed in the reading materials, I was still missing the Thoth. So now that is taken care of. I was quite hesitant with that deck for a long time. Didn't know if I would like the artwork necessarily, but I like looking at it now and reading about the Golden Dawn, the Tree of Life, in combination with tarot, has definitely piqued my interest. And now I actually am at that point where I can appreciate this deck, the artwork, and really dive into the little symbols that are hidden everywhere. And I need to get some more books on that deck. So that's something that I want to do in 2023. And then there are 2 decks that I gifted myself. The first one is the Tarot of Magical Correspondences from Eugene Vinitsky. This one is from Switzerland. It comes with a little guidebook, and I do like that he has all the paths in here, the letters that go with each path, and that he gives like the Hebrew meaning. He gives the number of the Sefirot. He gives the path number, the intelligence, and things that are connected to that. He also has the 10 Sefirot explained in here briefly in combination with each of the minors, and gives an explanation as to how to use this deck, because this one is not a deck that I would just read with like that, like I do with other decks. This one is very specific because all the things that you can see in here are based on the path that each card is connected to. So you will find the letter, you will find the translation of the letter in something. So for example, Aleph is ox, or and this one here, Bet is house. So you will always find these representations. You have the, like, where exactly on the tree is it located, and you have the number value of the letter. And there's so many things in here, and I really love the majors of this deck. It's also color coded. The minors for me are lacking a little bit because, let me see if I can find this. Okay, so here I have the threes, and they are very similar because you can see that the B is everywhere. You can see that this symbol down here is on all of the cards. And what is different is, yeah, you can see the touch, smell, taste, and see, like the senses. And you have a symbol for the suit. So here you have the boat, and yeah, here you have the heart with the swords and things like that. So there are some representations, but it's still not really that different. Like it's too similar, and I wish it would have been a little bit different in a way, but that's something that I'm also going to dive into a lot deeper in 2023. I want to sit down with all of the cards. Let's go back over the path texts and really take notes. And yeah, like these are more like study cards for now. And then maybe eventually I will read with them. But for now, it's just study cards. And the last gift that I gave myself is the Tarot of Vampires. I have been eyeing this deck for a few years now, and I was never really sure about getting it because the cards don't really speak to me all that much. I mean, they're pretty. I love Ian Daniels' artwork, but in some cases, it's really more like a fashion photo shoot for me. And some of these cards, I mean, yes, they are absolutely gorgeous. There's no doubt about it, but I'm sometimes missing some of the symbolism in some of these. Like there's one specific card that I have in mind where the woman is like laying on the bed and she's been stabbed, and it's like, that's one that I can't think of right now. And of course I can't find it. It's probably at the very bottom of the deck. Oh, here. This is too photo shoot for me. Like, I mean, I know one thing that I really like is that all the cards have the astrological symbols in them, and the card backs are like, this is really the prettiest card back that I can think of from all the tarot decks. And yeah, but with some of these, it really feels more like gothic photo shoot kind of thing. So I'm not sure how much I'm going to work with the cards, actually. The reason why I finally got it, it was also on sale a little bit. And of course, for the guidebook that everyone is raving about, and I've already started to, you know, highlight some things. I also found a little oopsie in here because on the very first page where it says in the year 1861 is when the gathering of these authors happened, but it's actually 1816. So, but yeah, the backstory is really cool. The stuff that talks about the shadow and about fears and everything, because this deck was basically put together for shadow work, and that is going to be an interesting read. I love the way that it's written, and I will do a separate video on this deck as soon as I finish reading the book and had some time to look at the cards. So I'm not just going to do a flip through because there are other channels that have already done this, but I do want to go through this and see what I can take away from the book, from what it's written in there, and if I'm actually going to work with the cards or if it's really just going to be the book for me. So we'll see. So those are all the decks that I got in 2022. It's 7 decks, and out of those, 3 decks have been gifted to me, and 1, 2, 3 I have gifted myself for birthday and Christmas, and only 1 deck I bought for no reason, like just because I liked it. So yeah, without birthday and Christmas, it really would have been only 1 deck. Interesting. Yeah, and I have found that my taste in decks has also shifted. I'm not into the whole pretty picture syndrome anymore, so I'm done with that. Like in previous years, I have purchased a lot of decks, and most of them because I saw them on someone else's channel, or I saw the pictures on Amazon, for example, and I thought, ooh, this looks pretty, I want to have it. You know, it's shiny, it's new, gimme. I'm not doing that anymore. So yeah, that has definitely changed, especially after reading all of these things about the tarot in combination with the Tree of Life. That has also changed a lot for me and how I see tarot, how I view different decks. And once I'm done reading through all of that for the first time, I will reread it again, and probably again after that, different books, different sources. And I will probably go over my decks, my collection, and see how many of my decks still resonate with me, or I resonate with them. And I might actually get rid of some of them because they might not do it for me anymore. It doesn't mean that they're not pretty or anything, but I'm looking for specific things in decks now, and some of the ones that I have might not make the cut. So that's what my 2023 will be about, to kind of see what's what am I working with, what do I like, what do I not like anymore, and yeah, get a little bit of order into this chaos.